Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this show, and I'm here to talk about Smackdown tonight. For it being a pre-taped episode, it wasn't too bad tonight as I was expecting, kind of looking at the card. So I didn't think it was too bad of a Smackdown as I thought it would be. There's some good moments, like the opening segment with, Aleister Black, I think Zelina Vega, and Priest. Black and Vega and Priest. And there was a great tag match with Dragunov, Hayes, and Do It Yourself. Cody Rhodes attacking Drew McIntyre at his home. I thought there was some good stuff tonight, and I thought a good segment with Aldis and Cody Rhodes. And even the main event I thought was pretty solid between the Wyatts and the MFT, the My Family Tree, which ended in a no contest, which I hate. It's always these stupid DQ finishes in the main event. So I thought it was a better SmackDown than we normally get for the most part. Like, there's some good stuff, but it's just, I feel like the crowd's just dead because it's double taping. So yeah, we can just start off the show here, and then I'll get into some NBA news after I get done going over my SmackDown recap. But I feel like everybody's probably not, most people probably might not watch this show tonight, but you can't blame you. But I just want to get the fuck out of 2025 as far as WWE goes. Man, 3 hours. Can't wait for 3 hours, man. So, let's go over the show. Let's start off what was advertised in advance. Cody Rhodes would appear, the MFTs versus the Wyatts for the tag titles. Kabuki Warriors versus Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Alba Fire versus Julia and Ilya Dragunov, and Carmelo Hayes versus Do It Yourself. So let's start off here. The Damian Priest ends up kicking off the show tonight. So the former world champion hit the ring to kick off the show and wasted a little time showing respect to the recently retired John Cena before he turned his attention to last week's win over Black and Vega. Before he could talk 2026, the latter interrupted, calling the Punisher a hypocrite. The distraction allowed Black to attack his rival from behind, but Priest fended him off. He grabbed a table from underneath the ring, set up in hopes of driving his foe through, but ultimately found himself the recipient of a steel chair attack. Black delivered a Meteora, driving the babyface to the table. He exited the arena with his wife amid boos from the WWE faithful to close out the opening segment. It's a short, sweet opening segment, I guess push things forward. So I don't really care too much for this, honestly. This feud's been going on for a while, it feels like, so. But, it's a short, sweet opening way for the show. Then we get a non-title match between Nia Jax, Lash Legend versus Kabuki Warriors. So they're outstanding winning tag team gold. Obviously, they're a new tag team. Legend and Jax defeat the Kabuki Warriors. The heels cut off the comeback attempt though, and Jax finished sane with Annihilator to secure the win. After the match, Charlotte and Lex hit the ring, laid into the victors and sent them scurrying to the sanctuary of the arena floor before standing tall to close the segment. The match was better than it may appear on paper, but it was a solid match. It's just like these first two things, I don't care about this on this show, man. Like the women's tag team division, I don't really care too much for. The Black and Priest feud still continues. But this was a pretty good segment here. So, Cody Rhodes attacks Drew McIntyre at his home. In a pre-tape vignette, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis visited Drew McIntyre at his home to discuss the conditions of his reinstatement, including an undisputed WWE Championship match against Cody Rhodes, a public apology to referee Dan Engler, and a hefty fine to be paid with his War Games pay. Scottish Warrior declined, instead telling Aldis he wanted it in writing that Rhodes cannot touch him before the title match, or the American Nightmare will be stripped of the title. McIntyre received a notification from the security cameras that Rhodes was at his front door. The two brawled before police officers separated them while the champion exclaimed, "Merry Christmas, asshole." After Sayre, Byron Saxton called with Aldis, who was interrupted by The Miz. He apologized for a match with Joe Hendry for next week. So, but yeah, this is something WWE's not nearly done enough over the last year. While Triple H and the production team had spent his first year maximizing talent for the crew with great video packaged vignettes, getting superstars and stories over, this was a breath of fresh air. I thought this was actually a really good segment with Cody and McIntyre, where Cody attacks him at his home. He said, "Merry Christmas, asshole." WWE hasn't really done this enough, in my opinion, where they do these vignettes or attacking someone at their home. So, like that. Julia versus Alba Fire. Julia defeated Alba Fire. Really a glorified enhancement match. Pretty much a squash match. Dangerously serious and seriously dangerous is exactly what you need out of Julia at this stage of her main roster run. But with that said, that creative team has badly fumbled one of the most intriguing stars in the roster since their call-up. Didn't she get called up with Stephanie, I think? Hopefully 2026 it gives her more. It's more to do. If they're not giving her anything to do really besides, I guess, a few minute matches on TV. And Alba Fire is a better wrestler than what they showcase. Cody. He addresses Nick Aldis. The American Nightmare immediately addressed his pull apart with McIntyre, mockingly asking the Scottish Warrior if a more suitable work environment for him may be Staples. Aldis interrupted, taking exception to Rhodes, overstepping and not trusting him to get the negotiations with the prospective number one contender done. He reiterated the conditions, no touching McIntyre, and the WWE champ accepted them, but not a few words of wisdom. Aldis told Rhodes not to forget who he is. He is QB1, the guy who changed the industry. The superstar had dethroned the tribal chief. He ended the tense encounter by reminding Aldis that as long as he is champion, he works for the people, and the GM works for him. I thought another great segment with Cody. He had a great segment with McIntyre. I thought really good segment here with Nick Aldis. Outstanding work from them. He expressed his frustration not following orders, but Cody didn't care. So I thought that was pretty good. Really good match with Hayes and Dragunov beating DIY. This was all about re-establishing Carmelo Hayes. He found himself in several situations where defeat appeared imminent, but they were able to take down the former tag team champions. A very good match. Not surprised. I figured this would probably be the best match of the show. And it was, not surprisingly. Backstage, WWE Women's Champion Jade Cargill was in the midst of a promo when Mia Yim attacked from out of nowhere with a kendo stick, keeping their feud alive. Oh great, more Jade Cargill and Mia Yim. Love Mia Yim, but she ain't done. What has she done to be in the title picture exactly? Main event: the White Six versus the Family Tree, the My Family Tree. So it's Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis versus JC Mateo and Tonga Loa. I thought it was actually good. The crowd was here for the main event. It was an action-packed main event. And of course it ended in a no contest, but I thought it was still a pretty good main event. Champions made their comeback, but the momentum halted by interference from Tala Tonga. Rowan wiped him out in a brawl ensued, double DQ. So some chaos in the show, but once again, another no contest. Another non-contest pull-apart brawl. But overall, for a show that was taped, I thought it was kind of a strong effort from Smackdown. Like, there was some good stuff. The Rhodes and McIntyre attack at his home. Cody and Nick Aldis, I thought, had a pretty good in-ring promo. The tag match with Hayes and Dragunov, and Do It Yourself, and then the My Family Tree versus the Whites. So I thought, and So I thought there was some good stuff. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 7 out of 10, actually. I'll give it a 7... Actually, 7.5. I actually thought this was a stronger Smackdown than anticipated. There were a few downs, but I gave some pretty good positives and some negatives. But yeah, that's really all I say for the Smackdown portion here. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and peace. If you're just here for Smackdown, let's move on to some NBA news. So there's really only one thing from Shams here. So the NBA is enacting several sports betting policies to its 30 teams, including changing injury reporting rules. Teams now will be required to resubmit injury listings on game day between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. local time, and update public reports every 15 minutes, sources tell ESPN. Every 15 minutes? Well, how about you stop promoting sports betting, though? Now, these athletes shouldn't bet anyways, but they shouldn't be promoting it. And someone has to sit around every 15 minutes for this. The NBA is also pushing gaming companies for changes to prop bets involving individual players, such as limiting maximum amount that can be bet, limitations on unders, limiting population of players, eliminating problematic bet types like bets on an action on a single play. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but I'm not sure it'll fix the bigger issue, though. Step in the right direction, I guess, but... And these changes are brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, the official gambling partner of the NBA. The NBA tells its 30 franchises today that the league is undertaking a renewed review of the league policy changes concerning tanking, such as potential modifications to rules regarding draft pick protections, revised draft lottery rules, and other protections. They allow Eric Lewis to ref a game. Have a problem with tanking. This is happening, and y'all are worried about teams trying to get better. Where, for example, last night, Diddy Abdihal hitting Russell Westbrook in the face with a fucking basketball is a foul. How about you worry about your fucking referees first? National Basketball Association. So we're ending up with some stuff from NBA Central. So, Sacramento Kings are reportedly seeking a first-round pick for Keon Ellis. First-round pick when they barely play him. Sure, man. Bill Simmons doesn't think a duo of Giannis and Steph on the Warriors would accomplish anything. Sure, dude. Whatever. Whatever you say, bro. Tato chip. But yeah, that's really all the little news here. So, yeah. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and check some out. Peace.